Hello and welcome back to Create. In the last episode we built some farms where we harvest the ingredients to make the tastiest food in the mod. And today we are getting one step closer to finally getting steam power. But for that we're gonna need a lot of lava, so you know the drill, let's ride into the sunset to go and open Sector 4. And here we are, the fourth and final sector. So this one's gonna be kind of the miscellaneous sector. That's where we're gonna harvest all the stuff that we don't get in any of the other ones. I don't know why I'm looking that way. They're that way, but they are way too far away, so we can see them from here. Anyway, yeah, all the miscellaneous stuff, and it's gonna be kind of all organized under the theme of weirdness. So all the, like supernatural stuff is gonna get harvested here. And for that, I thought that a dark oak forest would be the best biome that we could pick. I mean, I could have chosen a mushroom island, but I couldn't find one that was close enough. And you know, they are kind of weird, these dark oak forests. They have a little problem, however, in that they are quite compact. And this one in particular is pretty small, so like I couldn't really build much stuff inside the forest without just tearing it down. And then we wouldn't have a forest anymore. So in this case, what we're gonna do, we're gonna build above and under the forest. But as we said earlier, our specific goal for today is to get lots of lava and distribute it to all the other sectors. Now we could do something sensible and logical, you know, like making a big pit and filling it with lava, or making a dripstone farm. But instead, we're gonna pump it directly from the nether, put it in a little tank, and send that little tank on a train trip around the world. That might be stupid, but it's gonna be so cool. So that's the layout of our tracks in Sector 4. We're gonna use this fork here and run a third track out of it, this one going underground. It will lead into this small room where we will find a bunch of tanks that will eventually get filled with lava. Then there is this other tunnel which will lead up out of this cliff and run into a nether portal floating in the air above the forest. So now what we need to do is make that portal look a bit better, because at the moment it looks a bit bland. And that's the general idea that I have for this portal. I kind of want to make like the effect of something spinning around it, like it's a gigantic vortex out of like space and time. I don't know. But that's when I realized I'm a dum-dum. And you might realize why I'm saying I'm a dum-dum, but trust me, there's another layer to that. And even if you see that second layer, there's actually a third one. So the big reason why I'm a big dum-dum is that I'm trying to place blocks in a way that would look like it's spinning, but I'm playing Create mod, the mod that is based around stuff that spins. Why am I trying to create a spinning effect when I can literally make it spin? The other layer of why I'm a big dum-dum, you might have already figured that one out. I built, like, the only stuff that I built so far is out of obsidian. So that's gonna take a while to break down. And the third reason why I'm a big dum-dum is that I also use crying obsidian. You can see it. It's right there on the screen. I used crying obsidian, so that means I had to go to the nether to barter with some piglins to get crying obsidian to place it, and now I just have to break it down with an unenchanted pick because I still don't have enchanted gear. So I gotta break down a lot of stuff. So that's how it's gonna start. We have a glass circle and we're gonna add some like spirally arm bits sticking out of the portal. But before we can do any of that, we need to figure out how to make that thing spin. And I was like really wondering how I could manage to like hide a shaft or something, or just hide a power source. And then I realized there's one thing that actually spins on its own. And that thing is a windmill. So this whole thing is actually a windmill because there's some wool on it, so it doesn't need a power source because it is its own power source. It's actually producing power right now. We're not going to use it, but you know, it's there. So with all of that figured out, we can start decorating it. And we're gonna start things off by making some spiral arms to use kind of as guides, because I'm not really good at that kind of build, so I can just like wing it, so using these guides will really help me. Then we're gonna bring in more depth by adding a second layer also with spirally arms. And fun thing is, since it's also on a windmill, so it's a different windmill, we can put a different amount of wool blocks, and both windmills are gonna go at a different speed, which I think gives a very cool effect. I'm very happy with it. So now what we need to do is make it pretty, and in terms of block palette, I want to keep it simple first, or at least for the first draft, just to see how it looks. I'm gonna keep it with just purple and black, so both for concrete and stained glass. And we're also gonna use tinted glass because it is kind of purple as well. It's not the same, but it has this purple tint, so I think it's gonna work well with that. And I did mention it, but the shapes of the arms, it's not gonna be like they're not gonna be kept like exactly how they are. We're gonna change them a bit because it would be way too symmetrical otherwise. And I'm gonna keep the colored glass, so the tinted and the purple, mostly inside the arm, just to kind of have an effect like that's it. Since it's gonna be spinning that way, it's kind of leaving a trail behind, something like that, if it makes any sense. So let's place a few more, and then we can have a look at what it looks like. Yeah, maybe need a bit more color there, but other than that, I'm happy with the result. Yep, that is great, I like it. So I'm gonna work on a few more arms, and I'm gonna bring you back when there's more stuff to show, which might be when the entire thing is done, we'll see. Yep, the whole thing is done, and now that it's all done, I'm kind of not sure anymore. I don't know, something feels off. I'm not sure what it is. So if you have any suggestions on how to make this thing better, please write them down in the comments. It's really gonna help me. Because, yeah, I think the idea is good. Like, the whole thing, the whole idea, it works. But something does not work with that. Anyway, yeah. We have a portal, so let's use it and go to the nether, because we got some stuff we need to do there before we can come back and do some more stuff here. Oh my, there are a lot of zombie piglins here, but the plan for this area, oh no, bad gas. The plan is to hopefully not die. I didn't think it would be that close. Anyway, yeah, the plan for this area, let's just run and talk while running. That cannot go wrong. But yeah, we want to make a big train station here where we will be able to pump some lava, so that could be a good hole where to put the pump. So yeah, we're just gonna pump lava, put it on a train, and have the train loop back around. Did I say train? Have the train loop back around and go back through the portal. And I didn't realize that there would be like a hole so close by, so yeah, we'll figure something out, how to place the rails. We'll see, maybe something like going back around there, something like that. We'll see, but now I just have to go back because it's not safe and we actually need some rails. And that's what the layout of the place is gonna look like. I'm super glad I didn't have to go too far. So basically the train's gonna come out of the nether portal there, go on the track, loop around here and stop here, and that's where we're gonna have the station where we're gonna pump the lava, probably from that hole or maybe from that one, we'll see. And then we're gonna put everything on the train, and then the train's gonna go back and yeah, go back through the portal. You might notice I'm floating in mid-air right now because I'm using free cam, because this place is dangerous. I'm actually hidden right here, and just look at that. See that guy? He can smell my fear. He's hunting me, I know it. Look at that. Oh, actually, he might actually see me from there. Yeah, this place is dangerous, so we gotta make this whole place safer. And with the limitless power of insomnia, I have built the entire thing. I kept it very simple in terms of block palettes, so it's just diorite on the floor. That's a new texture that we're getting from Create. I think it's called Cut Diorite, and I really like it. I think it looks very pretty. Black stone and brass, and with these little windows, we can look outside and see the endless devastation caused by stupid ghasts, as well as, you know, the local fauna and flora. There's no flora, there's some mushrooms here. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, quite simple. If we go a bit further, we can see there's this big room here. And I picked that palette because I really wanted something that would clash with the outside of the nether. But for the floor, at least inside, it's a bit repetitive. So I'm gonna work on that later. I'm not inspired to do anything here other than what's like strictly necessary. Everything is spawn proof though, so I made sure that no ghast could spawn inside. Still a bit open down there, but the only possible danger is if a ghast like floats up from that hole and inside, and that's not gonna happen. So that thing here is why we build this entire place. That's where we're gonna collect lava, as we mentioned earlier. How it's gonna work, basically, we have this little thingy here that's a hose pulley, which we can power with a gearbox. So it's gonna start going downwards, and it's very slow. Anyway, yeah, it's all getting powered by this big fan here. So I wanted to kind of give the effect that like this chamber is like getting heat from the lava, and it's like activating that little rotor thingy here. Anyway, so how it works with Create is when you are draining fluids from a tank or from like any like body of that fluid that contains more than 10,000 sources, I think it will count as something infinite, as an infinite source. So this lake down here is big enough, I assume, to count as infinite lava. So yeah, that's why it's good to drain lava from the nether. And just like that, we can remove these things and use the power of that little fan in the ceiling instead to start the pump. And there it is. And it is slowly but surely, but mostly slowly, filling up this tank. Might need to make it faster, because yeah, we're gonna need something better. But we have time, we're gonna fill up the entire thing. And well, while we're waiting for that, we can build a train, because we're gonna need a train to come here and grab the lava and distribute it to all the other sectors. So let's work on that while it's pumping. And we have a train, and it has a tank, and the tank is filled with lava, as well as this one, because I changed things a bit down there just to make things go faster. We're producing a lot of stress units with that fan, and we're not using a lot of stress units with those pumps, so I thought, you know, we deserve it. We deserve some quality and speed in our pumps. And yeah, we managed to fill everything up. So now that we have our train, we are officially ready to deliver lava everywhere around the world. Only problem is, we don't really have anywhere where we could actually leave the lava. So we're gonna need to make some adjustments to our sectors. We're gonna clear out some paths and build some tunnels for the train so that we can at least start storing some lava over there. And you know what? I know that it's a bit underwhelming leaving those things out here in the open, but you know, we have to keep some stuff for the next episode. So, see you in the next one. Bye bye!